Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. So I'm live in the school app and I am live on YouTube. But I want you guys to get into the school app. Let me put this on here. I want you guys to get into the school app. And the thing will be recorded. It will be recorded on YouTube as well. And it will be in the school app recorded for 14 days. After the 14 days, it's not going to, be recorded. It's not going to be there, but it will be on YouTube. Okay. So I try to go live more. I try to go live, and we talk about finances. We talk about saving. We talk about making money, online, and we just talk about making money, in general. So today is Wednesday, and this week, actually, we're focused on saving. Okay, we're focused on saving our money. Why we need to save? Why is it so important to save? Okay, and I'm looking to help 100 women that want to get themselves in position. Okay, I'm looking to help 100 women that want to get themselves in position to be able to now achieve some financial independence. If we would have learned about money, if we would have learned about success, if we would have learned about building wealth, building a wealthy mindset, if we would have learned about investing, if we would have learned about budgeting, if we would have learned about emergency funds, we would have more financially stable people today. Okay? We would have more financially stable people today, right? Unfortunately, 60 to 70% of Americans are not financially stable, okay? Meaning their finances is up and down, up and down. They're not consistent. They don't have money this time, or they don't have enough money. They keep robbing Peter to pay Paul. They don't have enough money, at the end of the month. They never have enough money to pay their bills. They never have enough money for this. They never have enough money for that, right? So we got to understand, right, where we are, in the world, right? If you're over 40 years old and you don't have $500 to your name, then that's a problem, right? That means you didn't have the financial literacy that you needed, in order, to have $500 to your name, right? So I have a program, right, that teaches you budgeting, that teaches you savings, that teaches you, understanding and paying attention to your finances, right? Unfortunately, we didn't learn how to pay attention to our finances, right? We didn't learn that, right? It was just go get a job, go to work for the job for 5 years, work for the job, for 20 years, work for the job for 40 years, work for the job for 80 years, and then retire. People can't even retire these days, right? People still have to work long after retirement, right? They have retirement jobs, that people, are getting. So we are in the best of times, friends, but we also in the worst of times, right? I saw a quote. It said that this is the best time to become successful, but this is also the worst time to be distracted, right? It's easily to be distracted in these times. Again, we got Amazon on our phone, got the Amazon shopping app, the Walmart shopping app, the Shein, the Temu, the Fashion Nova. Some of us need to some of us need to delete. I had to delete my Fashion Nova app because I felt like They was emailing me every day. They were texting me every day. They got 50% off, 40% off. So we got to know how to control our finances, because everybody, okay, everybody is out to get our money. The government want tax money. They want sales tax. They want this tax. They want that tax. They want tax. Then inflation wants our money, right? And then every time you turn around, there's a fee for this, a fee for that, a fee. Then food is up, right? Everybody wants our money, right? All the commercials, it talks about, wanting, our money. So we got to pay attention. Okay, we have to pay attention. Okay, we have to pay attention to our money. Okay, and the best way to pay attention to your money is being a part of the accountability group, or my inner circle, where this is exactly what we focus on. Right now, a lot of people don't want to be held accountable, to their money, to their finances, simply because people just like to do what they want to do, right? That's why people don't want to get married, because people just want to do what they want to do. So nobody really wants, to be held accountable. But if we are talking about building wealth, if we're talking about becoming financially stable, if we're talking about becoming financially independent, right? Where I have money every day, every second, every hour, every week, every month, right? We got to be held accountable, and we have to pay attention to our money. Okay? We have to pay attention, friends, to our money. So I've been telling you guys about saving your money, right? Saving is a way to always have money. And we're saving money for the sake of having money, right? I always want to have money. I want to have money every day of the week. I want to have money every hour of the week. I don't want to have money just when I get paid, right? I heard somebody say, I got paid today, but I'm broke today. Well, how does that work, right? How do you get paid today and you're broke today? Because people got bills coming out. They got things that pop up, right? And guys, make sure you share this with the last 5 people that you text. Hit the like button. Right. Also, if you guys are in the school app, let me know where you guys are coming from. If you're watching the replay, and if you're on the live, let me know where you guys are coming from. And why do you need financial literacy? Right. I feel like we need financial literacy at every level. We need financial literacy at every level of our life, whether we getting married, whether we getting divorced, we getting a new job, we losing a job, we losing our mind. We still need money. Right. So we got to learn how to save. And we got to learn how to save for the sake of having money. All right. I want to be able to have money. Okay. I want to be able to have money all the days of my life. Okay. Unfortunately, like I said, people can't retire because they don't have enough money. Social Security, $1,500, $2,000 Social Security is not enough money just to survive in America. Right. I see people retiring and then they downsizing or they moving into a basement. What? So you worked your whole life just to move into a basement? You worked your whole life just to downsize? Right? But here's the problem, friends. People live above their means, right? They making 200 grand, they spending 300 grand, right? They making 100 grand, they spending 150 grand. Right? So we got to pay attention, friends, to our money. So I'm going to help 100 women in 2025 focus on their money, focus on financial independence, right? Having some financial independence for yourself and your children, right? Not just you, right? Because if it's just you having financial independence, then guess what? Your kids are going to be the ones always asking you for money. Right? So you want to also get your children financially independent, right? Not just yourself, right? You want to get your children financially independent. You want yourself financially independent. You want the people around you to also be financially independent, right? And the time is now, friends, right? We can't keep hoping, praying, and wishing. That I used to, when I used to have a job and I used to have $2 in my bank account, I used to wish a bag of money that I would just find a bag of money, or a bag of money would just fall into my lap, right? That's literally what I used to wish for, right? Instead of wishing to be better, instead of wishing, for more clients or more customers, right? I was wishing for a bag of money just to drop in my lap, right? And that don't happen to nobody, right? Even hitting the lottery. People been playing the lottery for 20 years and they still trying to hit the lottery, right? So we got to start paying attention, friends, right? We need a high yield savings account. If you're in the school app, you download, right, the school app. And then in the classroom section, I have a way for you guys to download an app that has a high yield savings and high yield checking. Okay, so you're saving $10 a month, $20 a month, $100 a month. So your money can gain some interest, right? Interest, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't is the one who pays it, right? So we got to really get into this, friends. We got to really understand how to steward our money, right? The Bible has over 2,500 scriptures on wealth building, but meanwhile, the church don't even talk about wealth building. The church doesn't even talk about money. The church doesn't talk about, building that wealthy mindset, giving. The church just says, pay your tithes. Bring all your money, to the storehouse. Yes, but how do I steward my money? Right? How am I stewarding my money? How am I saving? Right? How am I giving back? And how do I have money for an emergency fund? How do I have passive residual income? Right? So we got to get into the financial independence, guys. We got to get into financial freedom. We got to get into wealth building a wealthy mind. And then we got to have money working for us. Right? Every single day that goes by that you don't pay attention to your money is just making you poorer and poorer and poorer every single day. Every day that goes by that you're not paying attention to your money is the poorer and poorer you're getting every single day. Every single day. Every single day that you don't pay attention to your money, you're getting poorer and poorer and poorer and falling lower and lower into the poverty line, right? So we got to get focused today, okay? We got to get focused now. If you guys are not in the school app, make sure you join the school app. I have a free PDF that you guys can start to download. I'm going to help 100 women join my inner circle. We have accountability calls. We have coaching calls. We focus on financial literacy. Okay, we focus on financial literacy. It doesn't matter if you're 40, if you're 20, if you're 30, if you're 18, if you're 60. Again, we need financial literacy, guys, at every level. And we also need accountability at every level as well, right? We need accountability at every level, right? And we need coaching at every level, right? This is exactly how this works, friends. Wealthy people pay attention to their money. Wealthy people pay attention to their money. Wealthy people pay attention to their money. Okay? So if we want to build a wealthy mindset, friends, we got to start doing what wealthy people do, and is paying attention to our money. Okay? So make sure you guys join my school app. Okay? Here is where I am. You guys can contact me. We have like a chat. You guys can get into it. My goal is to have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people in this app, because this is exactly what we need, friends, in order to move forward, to win, and have a peace of mind. Okay? So I'll see you guys on the next live.